All right, let's do a little painting, you guys. Let's maybe get this up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm the world's greatest living artist, and we're about to do a painting. Let's do this. I'm gonna do a couple of little boats. Hopefully. I'm here in my studio. You can't see, but there's a couple of things happening as I'm painting here. Some of the paintings are being packaged. Some of the paintings are being framed. That's probably the noise you hear in the background, besides the coolers. It's hot in Arizona, by the way. And so most of my work, if you are not familiar with it, most of my work is very simple. I try to make a very simple approach. Now, everybody sees it different. Everybody sees their work different. For me, simple doesn't necessarily mean easy. Although some people may confuse simple with easy. So I'm doing some lines here just to kind of get the idea of what the painting is going to look like. Just to kind of help me guide. It's a quick sketch. And it's not meant to tell the entire story. None of the stuff that I do is really meant to tell the entire story. None of the paintings that I do. It's all meant to suggest something. Tell a story by suggesting, hey, look, there might be a boat right there. If you look a little closer, if you pay a little bit more attention, you may be able to see the boats. But it's not a literal, right? Nothing is literal. This is the beauty of creating artwork. I believe it's finding that aspect of awe, that storytelling. It's a bit of storytelling. Put some shadows down here because this boats are not on sea, they're on land, and so they're just kind of waiting there to be thrown into water at some point, which is an interesting thing, right? I like to sometimes paint things that are out of place. They're a little bit displaced. They're not really where they should be. Now I don't only do this by the way that I put my subjects. It's not just the subjects, not just the figurative aspect of my work, where it could be I don't know, a balloon underwater, right, or a fish, a little something a little surreal, right, a fish in the clouds or something like that. I don't just do it that way. I also do it with my brushstrokes. I would actually say I would do it more with my brushstrokes than anything else. Everything's a little bit out of place, or a lot out of place. Nothing quite fits. For those of you who may be wondering, this is a number 10 brush. If you're wondering about this, I'm doing oil on canvas. This is a number 10 flat brush by the brand Princeton. It's the one that I'm using here. And I'm only using one brush. Probably 99% of the painting is done with one brush. Notice I used the other brush for making the lines, the work, to kind of map it out. But really 99% of the work is done with a brush like this. I just really enjoy flat brushes. Are very they're just very helpful. There we go. Another thing that I do that I don't know, I really enjoy doing is I paint the backgrounds last. This includes ground, sky, ocean, whatever. I paint it last. And there's a reason for that. There's a few reasons. The main one is I don't like to bother with it right away. That's the main one. I think there's no need to paint the background first, especially because I'm doing in one take. This is alla prima, right? It would be different if I was painting in different sessions. If I was doing the painting in different sessions, but no, it's just one session, Lots of little things happening in a landscape. In a painting, right? Lots of little things, gestural things, lots of little gestures. Just to give it an idea of something's going on there. Another thing you might not see that I do is I'm cleaning my brush with a little bit of TP, little toilet paper. Just kind of wiping my brush down like that, once or twice, no more than that. And then I keep going at it. It seems to be helpful for some people. Some people really appreciate me telling them that, because some people ask quite often. I get asked, "Hey, do you ever clean your brush? What do you clean your brush with as you're painting?" And well, the answer is I wipe it down. I don't wash it or clean it. I'm just kind of wiping the brush down. something like that. And we get a little bit more purplish color. This is just to kind of mark our shadows, just to kind of give it an idea that there's some shadows there on this ground. There's my infamous train. There we go. There it goes. And now I'm going to paint some sky. I'm going to mix a little bit of purple and a little bit of blue just to kind of get that purplish, bluish purple sky. The thing about sky is that it does its own thing. It's always sort of changing colors. There we go. There we go. purple. And just have fun with it, you know. The most important thing is to have fun with your painting. I mean, if you're not having fun with it, that sort of kills the buzz. Lots of artists, we end up very unhappy because we're trying to do this as a business. We're trying to do it as a way of making ends meet. We want to get paid for doing this, and then we end up being very unhappy because many of us, we just kind of show up and we think we just kind of have to paint and paint and paint over and over and over, and you know, we tend to lose the flavor, the taste of, hey, I used to, this thing used to make me happy. What happened? And it's I think part of it is because we start doing it full time, and then we realize that we have to remind ourselves why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Why are we doing it full time? Also, and why did we get started doing this? You kind of have to remind yourself of that, because any career is hard. Any career is hard. Any career is difficult, and being an artist is no different. It's you'll face the same, if not more, than other careers, but you'll face your own trials and tribulations. You'll face that. It's just the nature of the career. And so I think it's important to remind ourselves why we're doing it. Plenty of people get into it because they I don't know, they see someone else doing it and then they say I'm gonna do that, and then they realize that maybe they're just, I don't know, they're trying to do something someone else is doing, and that's, it's kind of hard to live life that way, you know, going into a career just because you saw someone else and then trying to stay with it and not really doing what you want to do. And so I ask myself that question, like, why do I do this? You know, I tend to ask myself those questions from time to time to kind of redirect me into a positive way of thinking. Look at that. But yeah, I've seen different things throughout my career. I've seen artists who do it just for love. I've seen artists who do it just for money. Most of those artists are miserable, by the way. They also just do it for money. I've known plenty, and I've been miserable myself just doing it for that. I've been in situations in my career where I've just done it for money. It's a very miserable thing to do. I've seen artists do it for both, and then they find the balance, right? Do it for love and also do it as a career. I've seen artists do it for love and they're miserable too doing it because of the artistic difficulties, such as creativity and uniqueness and growth as an artist, and all those things are difficult. They can be, right? They require lots of work, especially when you're trying to do something unique. You don't want your work to, you don't want to be the echo of another artist. Most artists don't want to be like another artist. They start out saying that. They start out saying they want to be like another artist until people start pointing out that you actually paint like another artist. Then they don't like it because they the pride gets in there. I want to be my own self. I want to be my own artist. And so that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to come up with something unique. It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of work. That's what it is. It takes a lot of work to create something uniquely yours. It's not easy. That's why most artists are not very unique. It's not easy to be unique. It takes lots of work. But there's many ways of doing it, right? There's many reasons why we do it, many ways. And whatever the reason you're doing it, I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you're excited about it. I hope you get up every morning or every day and you're excited about showing up and doing your artwork. With that being said, I think this is where the painting ends. This is where we finish. Hope you guys enjoy this. Let me sign it. Alright, my friends, my name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. And let me show you the front view of this. There we go. Look at that. Couple of boats. Let's give it some space. Or you can see the palette too. Alright. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. Take care. Until next time.